Let's admit it, Total Drama World Tour 2 needs to happen. At the end of Season 2, Chris announced that there would be a new season, but unlike last time, he didn't confirm that the new season would have the exact same cast or that it would take place in the same locations. Our best guess is that the creators will finally bring back Total Drama World Tour in a worthy reboot, and we aren't the only ones that think this way. But it can't just be the same format. They need to change things in order to keep the series fresh. So this is what the creators will need to add in order to make the new season great. Number 1. Don't bring back the aftermath. Instead, call it Get Over Yourself. The fans are already creating YouTube episodes with it. Ever since Julia mentioned it, we knew that it would be epic. Imagine the contestants being eliminated and then brought back on TV just to be roasted by MK and Julia, or to be ignored in all the episodes as they said they would do in a podcast. Number 2. Replace the jumbo jet. That shouldn't be so hard since Sierra already blew it in the first world tour, yet Campo Wanakwa sank and they still somehow brought it back. Instead of using just a plane, this time the contestants could also travel by train or in a bus, like how they did in the Redonkulous race. That could also be added as an important storyline detail since a train is much slower than a plane. The locations that they would visit would have to be pretty close to each other. Like in the first part of the season, they could travel through Europe, then through Asia and Africa. Talking about locations, number 3. Possible locations. There are some locations that the creators decided to scrap from the original world tour, like Italy, Scotland, Pennsylvania, Russia, Taiwan, Mexico, and Toronto. Number 4. New Total Drama songs. The musical part of the Total Drama World Tour was arguably one of the best parts of this season. It's clear that fans miss it, especially from the love they showed for the music scene with Wayne from episode 12. So why would the creators not double down on it and bring back the songs? Especially because with so many popular artists around these days, they can make a lot of funny references, like how they did with one of the Beatles songs back in the original world tour. Number 5. More cameos. In the second season of the reboot, the cameos were one of the best parts of the challenges, so there is no reason for the creators to not add them in the new season. But this time, the old contestants could interact more with the new cast and even help them in the challenges. Number 6. Halftime returnees. Back in seasons like Total Drama Island 2007 or World Tour, bringing back eliminated contestants was a good way of twisting the storyline. It would make sense for this season to have some returnees, especially because Terry McGurn said that he would really want it to have 26 episodes. We know for sure that the new season won't get a new cast, since Terry said that he's not ready to let this one go yet. But as we said earlier, Chris didn't officially invite the contestants for a new season, so maybe we could get a special episode like Total Drama Island or Celebrity Manhunt's Total Drama Action Reunion. When they were on the island, the contestants were usually spread out and we got to see the same dynamics over and over again. Probably the best part about having them in a tight area like a plane or a train is that we can get more interactions, even between members of different teams. Now, World Tour was the only season that had 3 teams, and there are big chances that the creators could bring this concept back. That would make perfect sense, especially because in the second season of the reboot, we had 3 finalists that could be captains in the next season. If we are going to have 3 teams, the creators have to add at least 2 more contestants, which would be a perfect callback to the original World Tour. The villain would most likely be one of the new characters, since the ones that have the potential to be villains in this cast have become too predictable. Like, everyone pretty much knows what the others are capable of. So there needs to be someone new and unexpected. But if you think about it, that's exactly what made Alejandro such a strong villain in World Tour, and such a weak one as well in All Stars. Julia is hated by the majority of the contestants, so besides MK, she would have to choose members that are either easy to eliminate or capable of putting the hard feelings aside and concentrating on the game. Yet, she and MK should be eliminated early in the game if the creators decide to add their podcast to the series. Caleb would definitely choose Priya first. Yet, from how things were in last season's finale, there are big chances that they will have another fight and even break up due to Priya's constant pressure on him. Wayne would for sure choose Raj and Bowie. Let's just hope that Axel and Ripper will not be on the same team, or if they are, most likely they would be eliminated similar to how Bridget and Jeff were in Total Drama Action. On the other hand, A couple that we all wanted to be confirmed in the upcoming season is Julia. The creators have to be crazy to miss this opportunity. MK and Julia have the potential to be the best couple of the reboot. Also, Terry McGurn has to be the biggest Julia stan, judging from his Twitter reposts. And since this guy is literally one of the most important members of the production, most likely we will see them as an official couple pretty soon. Since it would already be the third season with this cast, most likely we will see a lot of character development from contestants that didn't really get it in the last seasons, like Emma, Michelle, MK, Damien, especially Damien. After the producers pretty much wasted him in the last season, he is the one that really deserves a big comeback. Even if you don't get one, we still love you, Damien. Probably the characters that played a bigger role in these 2 seasons, like Priya, Bowie, Caleb, and Julia, would become early boots, since they pretty much completed their character arcs in the contest. Scary Girl could get a character arc similar to Ezekiel, since she wasn't even invited to participate in the finale. Most likely, she would not be invited in the new season either, but she would manage somehow to get on the plane or train or whatever the creators choose to use. It could be fun to see cameos with her, especially because they could give them a more horror vibe. We really need to see more horror-themed episodes. We haven't gotten one in a very long time, even though episodes like Get a Clue or Hook, Line, and Screamer were one of the best total drama episodes ever made. Now, we couldn't make a prediction video without talking about who we think the next winner would be. First things first. We know that the next winner can't be someone that won or was close to winning in a previous season. This excludes Priya, Bowie, Caleb, Wayne, and Julia. The creators would most likely never give the prize to someone who is already rich, since it would just not mean too much to them. That excludes Emma, Chase, and Michelle. Raj would probably not win because he is too close to Wayne, and that would make it feel like Wayne won again. Scary Girl, well, she has big chances of not even being invited, so we can assume she would not win. As we said earlier, MK would probably be an early boot in order to participate in her podcast with Julia. But even if she would make it to the finals, unless the third season would have an alternative ending, there is a small chance that the creators would make a villain win. Talking about MK being a villain, at first she was watching the other contestants' confessionals, and then dressed like an intern to find information about the challenges. So in the new season, it would make sense for her to level up her game, to cheat in an even crazier way, like stealing votes from the booth that has her name on it. That could even be a good reason for elimination or even disqualification. So, the contestants that have a good shot at winning are Ripper, Axel, if they're not still together, Z and Damien. Although our last prediction of Damien winning season 2 was wrong, we still stand by the fact that he would eventually be a winner. He's the contestant with the biggest character development potential and already one of the fans' favorites. We believe in you, Damien! Besides a World Tour reboot, these are some of the best ideas for the new season. Total drama back in action. Even if this is not our original idea, this name was way too badass to not appear in the video. Although it could be interesting to have another total drama action, this idea performed pretty bad compared to World Tour and the OG Total Drama Island. Another idea is a Veterans vs Newbies season. Basically, it would be kinda similar to All Stars, so that means only a part of the cast will return. Most likely, in this kind of season, gimmick characters like Scary Girl, Ripper, Z, and even the Hockey Bros would not return. Although this idea sounds amazing, the season would have to be placed back on the island, which would make it pretty boring considering that it would be the third time it was held there. So a World Tour reboot remains the best option. Even if the new season wasn't officially confirmed by Fresh TV, Terry McGurn said that if the second season of the reboot would have the rating in the US as high as it had on the BBC website, the producers would be insane to not continue the series. But here's the deal. No matter what happens, we will do our best to maintain the fandom and to make the best videos possible in order to promote the series. Worst case scenario, we can make a GoFundMe and send money to them, just so they would have no excuses to stop creating more seasons. Hopefully they will not spend them on Dramarama. There it is, guys. What do you think will happen in the next season? Make sure to tell us in the comments. Take care and see you next time with a brand new video.
Total Drama!